First, before we begin, I wanted to say thank you to everyone that has joined my official Discord server, followed me on Twitch and Twitter, and liked and subscribed to my channel so far. We've grown incredibly fast these last 5 weeks, and I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you, so thank you sincerely, and I apologize if I sound a little off today. I went to a graduation this week and completely lost my voice in the process. Thanks again, and let's get on with the video. Halo has a long and storied history. While Halo Infinite is planned to be the 6th mainline Halo title, it will technically be the 15th video game released in the 19-year franchise history. From Halo Combat Evolved to the upcoming Halo Infinite, there have been plenty of spin-off titles and interesting takes on the universe of Halo. From mobile games to expansions turned full releases to arcade cabinets in Fireteam Raven, Halo has touched every type of game that you can think of, even having released a short VR experience titled Halo Recruit back in 2017, though I don't necessarily count that as a game, as it is just that, an experience. But where can Halo go? What freedoms does the new Slipspace engine afford the folks at 343 Industries, and can Halo work as a LEGO-style Mega Bloks game, the leaked gameplay for which you're looking at now? Hey there, I'm Pfhorbear, and today we're going to look at what kind of projects we can expect from 343 after Halo Infinite, along with a recent job listing that happened to release as I was writing the script for this video. Talk about good timing. Let's go ahead and begin. As I said at the top of this video, Halo is no stranger to spin-off titles. Halo 3 ODST, Spartan Assault, its sequel Spartan Strike, Halo Reach acting as a prequel to the entire franchise, and the Halo Wars real-time strategy titles, of which there have been 2 thus far. On June 3rd, 2020, a job was posted by Microsoft, quote, looking for a senior producer to work with our core services team to help develop a new project in the Halo franchise, end quote. As of June 6th, most of this speculation was put to rest as one of the core service leads, Brandon Hush, got on Twitter to clarify some of the confusion, stating that the job description is a reused one and that 343 is only currently working on Halo Infinite and porting MCC to the PC, nothing else at the moment. This was disappointing to some, but also very reassuring. 343 is obviously committed to making Halo Infinite the game it needs to be, but where can we go after? I know I can already hear it in the comments, but Pfhorbear, don't be impatient. Halo Infinite gameplay hasn't even been shown yet, why don't you just worry about that? And sure, I can certainly appreciate that sentiment, but at the same time, we as Halo fans live for the speculation that comes with Halo as a whole, so why not speculate? Now, the title of this video is What Comes After Halo Infinite. We're going to get there for the most part in just a second, but I wanted to touch on something before. Again, I hear it nonstop in the comments, which is, what about post-launch support? It's no secret that Halo Infinite is going to have post-launch support. If Halo 5 and the current state of the MCC are to be used as reasonable sources, Halo Infinite will likely be treated as a live service style game, at least to some degree. But 343 is a huge studio with funding from one of the largest tech companies in the world, and it's silly to think that just like MCC being brought to PC in parallel to Infinite's development and impending release, that Infinite can't be supported while another project is in the works, right? Now, I've touched on the Slipspace engine a few times in my most recent videos, mainly that 343 has touted that it will allow for faster iteration and more creative freedom for the teams working on it. It's not unreasonable to assume that, much like 343 has said themselves in the past, that a good amount of the last 5 years since Halo 5's release have been developing this massive and impressive engine to support faster development times and ease of use. I think that this means the potential for more Halo side projects and spin-offs are more than a strong possibility, they're essentially guaranteed. In an interview with IGN's Ryan McCaffrey earlier this year, Bonnie Ross said that a Halo spin-off title is, quote, not an if, but when type of thing. This is, of course, the biggest fan to the flame that is another title within the gap of waiting for the next chapter in the mainline series. Microsoft has of course thrown their hat in the ring with the aforementioned Halo Wars titles and Bungie's second to last Halo release, Halo 3 ODST. Personally, what I'd like to see next in the franchise is one, if not multiple, of the following. Halo Battle Royale. I know this is a contentious one. I don't actually think that a Halo Battle Royale needs to exist, but just like any fan over the last 3 years, as the Battle Royale craze has taken off, I've put in a lot of thought into what this could be, and I'm working on an entire separate video about this very thing, so for now, all you need to know is that this is a possibility, but I don't think it's something we'll see in Infinite, at least not for the first 6 months. ODST 2. Look, I know that the story and the characters are well explained in both New Blood and the Bad Blood novels, as well as Buck being a main character in Halo 5, of course, but I would love to see a whole new game focusing on a new team of ODSTs in a post-Spartan 4 world where they feel even more now than ever that they have something to prove. Halo Wars 3. The Halo Wars games are much beloved, and while I'm personally not a huge fan of the RTS genre, I can appreciate what they do and the fact that they've managed to make 2 games surrounding mostly the same characters that take place 30 years apart. I am absolutely open to a post-Halo Infinite story Halo Wars game, especially if it means building on that universe and helping the overall narrative along while we wait for the 7th Halo mainline title. Project Hagar. This is certainly the most obscure item on the list in my opinion, and it's probably the least likely to happen. Hagar is the Halo Mega Bloks game I mentioned earlier, and again the gameplay that you are seeing now, that was in development for a little over a year and had this gameplay leak online a while back. While I understand why it was cancelled, the reason for which was attributed to a lack of purposeful leadership, the community response to it has been overwhelmingly positive, and I would love to see it get its chance to release one day, even if it's completely rebuilt from scratch. Halo Flood Survival. Now this is really just a name I threw on an idea that the community has been rallying behind for a couple of years now, but the Left 4 Dead series hasn't gotten a sequel in some time, and while the survival genre is far from dead, I think getting some Halo lifeblood injected into it could be good not only for survival games, but also Halo as a franchise. To stretch its wings beyond the experiences that have been crafted before it is always going to be something I'd like to see Halo do, and hopefully someday accomplish. The community has been dying for a flood survival type game, and I see this as the perfect opportunity to do just that. I know that this video wasn't quite as long as they have been in the past, but I hope that this format is something that works out and is one that you've enjoyed. I love making the commentary and video essays, but changing it up this time was nice and felt more in line with the topic of this video, to create something that is similar but different. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today and going over what might come after Halo Infinite. What do you want to see in the future? Do you agree with my list? Do you want to play that Halo Mega Bloks game as much as I do? Let me know in the comments, of course, and you can always continue the conversation with me on Twitter at Pfhorbear. Follow me on twitch.tv/Pfhorbear and join my official Discord, the link for which is down in the description box below. If you liked the video, give it a like, and subscribing lets me know you want to see more content from me, what kind of content you want to see, and it does help me out tremendously. And again, I apologize for my voice sounding as weird and as broken as it has today. Hopefully, next week, it won't be as big of a problem. Anyway, guys, all of that aside, thank you again so much for watching the video, and until next time, be safe and have fun.